Hello, welcome to each of you, old listeners and new listeners. We're so pleased that you take time out of your life to listen to the Dhamma, and that at least some of that time you're listening to this channel. We're in a series entitled The 37 Wings to Awakening, and today's topic is called Indriya, and it has 5 segments or 5 parts. As I say nearly every one of these 10-minute talks, it's impossible to do anything but briefly mention the main characteristics of the topic at hand. I hope it provokes you into investigating them further. So Indriya is actually a word from Sanskrit, if I'm not mistaken, and it means the chief or the Lord. It's even recognized as the name of a god. So these are 5 faculties of mental development. And the first faculty is faith or conviction. And without this, we can't even get started. When you listen to a Dhamma talk or read any scripture from any religion, if you don't have some confidence that it might be true or that you'd like to find out if it's true, you won't begin the process of walking down that spiritual path. This conviction, this faith, is usually defined as having 4 components. The first is we have some faith in the Buddha. We have faith in the teachings of the Buddha. We have faith in those who have perfected their practice, have mastered the Dhamma, and we call them the Sangha, or the congregation of followers who have been successful. Originally, the Sangha was only those people who had at least reached stream entry, but by the 20th century, the definition came to often be referred to as anybody who thinks of themselves as a Buddha. The 4th definition of faith is the faith that we will have in ourselves to completely renounce the ignorance, dukkha, suffering, the sense of being a person that is at the root of all of our suffering. So that's a very brief introduction to faith. The second faculty of mental development is called effort or energy. I just recently gave a couple of talks on right effort, so I'm not going to say much about it now. You can review the last 2 talks that I gave, but it's prevent the arising of unwholesome states, eliminate those that have arisen, drop them, kick them out, get rid of them, develop the virtues that need developing, and perfect the virtues that you already have. The next step is sati. We just did Satipatthana Sutta, the Mindfulness Sutta. So I'll just briefly remind you of some of those thoughts that we shared then. It's staying with mind, knowing with mind, looking with mind, seeing with mind, concentrating with mind, contemplating with mind in all 4 postures. That would be the definition of practicing mindfulness in all 4 postures: walking, standing, sitting, and lying down, never having a gap in our practice. Sati is indispensable in both walking and sitting meditations. Our efforts will be futile if there's no sati watching and directing what the mind is doing. So sati is a mental factor that functions as a watcher. If sati is not directing your investigation, then it will turn into speculation, superstitions, and memories. All dhammas, both the human ordinary laws of nature kind of dhamma, we say small d dhamma, requires some kind of consciousness, some kind of sati, and all of the dhammas of Lord Buddha, the final truth, the absolute truths, can only be discovered with the practice of sati. Now the fourth one is a samadhi. Samadhi is the practice of centering the mind in a single sensation or preoccupation. So whatever topic we are deciding to contemplate, we must focus all of our attention on that subject, on that topic, and that is the practice of samadhi. Samadhi is not just concentrating when we sit in a meditative position, it's how we use that concentration throughout the day. The mind that is centered in samadhi is solid, it's calm, it's still, and it stays focused. And only satipanya, that's sati, mindfulness and wisdom, can destroy this ignorance that we suffer from, this avidya. The fifth step or part of Indriya is entitled panya or wisdom. Wisdom is discerning the nature of the Dhamma. So panya is insight, it's wisdom, it's a form of Dhamma intelligence. It also takes a form of common sense or ingenuity. It's thinking in the right way, it's truth, it's insight. The first two of the Eightfold Path, right view and right understanding, that's the actual definition of panya, of wisdom. When we have right view and right understanding, we are wise. So this wisdom, it's courageous, it's capable, it's very astute. It's all around aware, but not involved with or within or without. It's just knowing. It's this knowing that is perfection. So Ajahn Chah is quoted as saying, "Whatever we do should be done for the purpose of developing wisdom. Developing wisdom is for liberation, freedom from all conditioned phenomena." So we get so easily distracted. We're curious about all kinds of things in the news, worldly events, scientific discoveries in outer space or in nanoscience, and that kind of distraction does not take us to the place of wisdom that the Buddha has taught us to be sincere about. So samadhi, concentration, and panya, wisdom, can only really develop, and each to their own fulfillment, if they are associated with mindfulness to promote and look after them. So here we are again, we're talking about 37 wings of enlightenment, and we see that over and over and over again, we are reminded how essential the practice of mindfulness with clear comprehension is if we are going to be successful in our practice. So there is right effort, there is a method, a technique a path. That's what we call the Eightfold Path. How whatever language you're comfortable with, there is a way to be successful. And we're talking now about 37 different teachings in the Pali Canon that are designed to give us the success we're looking for. Thank you very much.